Mint, and this is
Inspector Pink, aka Frida.
And we've just made a complete Lolita makeover of her. And you can check out what she usually looks like by clicking on the link below to see the full makeover. And you're here because
I also have Asperger's!
Yay!
Awesome!
So it's always great to have somebody else along so we get more than one person's perspective. Because, as I've explained before, people with Asperger's are very different from each other.
Very, very different.
In this video, we're going to talk about different misconceptions that people have about Asperger's, and also how most people's picture of Asperger's is more like the way boys with Asperger's are, and girls with Asperger's are very different also.
And there's not a lot of information on girls with Asperger's and how they behave, and the media doesn't really have a picture on it.
Yeah, most of the time when you see anyone with Asperger portrayed, it's usually a guy.
Yeah,
And
like a 12-year-old boy.
Like it's a 12-year-old boy who likes trains.
Yes.
And it's like, when I tell someone I have Asperger's, and they're like, but you're not a 12-year-old boy that likes trains.
Yeah.
So you can't have Asperger's. I mean, you can talk to people, how can you have Asperger's? And my answer to that is usually because I'm an adult and I had time to learn.
It's very hard, but you get used to living in this world that is not formed for people with Asperger's, and you learn to live in this world.
And a lot of studies now show that girls who have autism, they are a lot more. They're a lot better at hiding it.
Oh yeah.
They have the same problems, but we put in a lot of effort, and it takes a lot of energy to more seem like normies.
It's very common that girls with autism and Asperger's syndrome, we are overly social, which is another misconception that we are supposed to be really quiet and really insecure, but we can talk. We can talk people, and we can get attention.
Both me and Frida are people who do talk a lot.
Yes, we talk a lot.
We talk a lot. But it's also like, we put effort into being social and actually having the energy to talk to people. So if we do talk a bit too much, just say, cool it down, and don't say, oh, you talk too much, because we put a lot of effort into talking, and then you're like, no, now it's too much effort.
And the thing is, we never talk if we haven't anything else, like, important to say. I never just talk about the weather or something. If I talk too much, it's something that I want to give out to the people that listen. And I feel like when people are saying that I talk too much, it's just because they don't listen. And I feel like I need to repeat myself several times, and that's why I start to rant.
No, I know what you mean.
We can talk about something else that isn't our special interest, but it's when we talk about our special interest that we love, that's when it goes crazy, and it's really hard to understand the different stuffs that we talk about, because we usually just ramble.
Yeah.
It's hard to follow.
I used to have a big problem with rambling about my special interests. It's something I've gotten better at when I've been older, to hold back a bit more.
Yeah, you learn about who you can talk about your special interest with, and who
won't care.
Yeah, who won't care, won't listen, just...
Yeah, a thing that people need to understand about Asperger's is that when we get older, we usually have learned more social behaviors.
Yes.
So we're not, like, if you see this, like, you see documentaries about kids and stuff with autism, and they're like, oh, but they're so handicapped, and that's not you, you're not like that. And it's like, but I think we all were.
Yeah.
When we were kids, we were also that kind of kid. But I think it's really hard to see now, because we both have come very far from that. And it's not something just automatically learned.
No.
It's something we have worked really hard on.
It's really hard work. Trying to be normal.
I didn't talk to people when I was younger.
Yeah.
I only either like could answer questions or ramble about something I was interested in, but I didn't have back and forth conversations with people until I was like 15. I didn't even understand why I was supposed to call my parents when I moved away from home at 16 still. I started understanding why I was supposed to call my parents when I was like 20. A point we want to get through about girls with autism is that we have like the same level of problems as most guys with autism. It's just that instead of it being more visible to other people, we internalize it. So we have to put all our energy and everything into having this facade because we don't
keeping it inside.
We don't give ourselves any space to like we try so hard to be like just like everyone else, and it's hard. And also one thing is that Asperger's and autism, whichever you want to use for it, it bothers us ourselves a lot more than it bothers anyone else.
Absolutely.
Because people think that it's supposed to be something that's annoying to other people. They don't think about how it feels for somebody who has it themselves. So it's weird when somebody says, but you can't tell that you have autism, and it's like, yeah, well, I can't tell if you're having a headache, you know?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly
it's like, it's how you feel on the inside, because autism is how your brain takes in perceptions and how you process information in your brain. So how are you supposed to see or notice that?
But that's the same
if I don't act it out?
Yeah, that's the same with all mental illness, and that's very common for especially girls with autism, that they are developing depression, anxiety, all that stuff. It's really common, actually. It's not a part of the diagnosis, but it's really common, and I think we both been suffering from that.
Yeah, we both have been home sick-ridden and not being able to work because of our crippling depression caused by internalizing all our autistic problems.
Yeah.
And then people are like, well, you don't seem autistic, and it's like, yeah, I don't seem autistic.
How does an autistic person look? Like, what is your reference picture?
I feel like people imagine someone like people don't imagine attractive people having any problems. Yeah. People imagine attractive people being like, well, you can't have any problems. You know, you don't look like it.
I've actually been told once that I didn't dress like I had Asperger's syndrome, and that was the worst thing ever. I was like, what? Yeah, you're supposed to have like non-fashionable clothes, and I was like, what? Who says that? I don't. And
also, that's another category where you're either like, maybe you're meticulous about your looks, or you do not care at all.
Yeah.
As with many qualities with autism, it's one or the other.
Yes.
So maybe you can think about next time when somebody tells you that they have autism, don't tell them, oh, well, you don't seem like you have autism, because it's not something you can see, it's something that we deal with. It's a problem my problem, it's her problem.
It's not nice to hear from people.
Yeah, it's just... Why?
Don't do it.
Just say, oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's fully acceptable.
That's fine.
Don't say, it don't seem like it. Just say, oh, didn't know that.
Yeah.
Because you didn't know unless I tell you. That's the point. Yes. That's the whole point. So, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something new. Or if you have autism, that you maybe recognize some of the feels. Be sure to check out the video we made on Frida's channel.
Yes.
Links below. You just have to see what she looked like before the makeover.
Yeah, it's gonna be so much fun.
You look great otherwise too, but the difference, you don't look like the same person.
Yeah.
Really. But you look good in this too.
I'm fabulous.
You are. So, thank you for watching. I'll see you soon again. And bye!
Bye!
And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Bye.